What's up, everyone? Happy New Year! So look, what is behind me?
Engine.
No, well, it's a part of an engine, isn't it? This here is a 1996 Ford Explorer intake manifold. Upper and lower with the elbow, throttle body, and injectors.
You want the heat gun?
That I found on Craigslist for 75 bucks. And as most people know, 1 second, buds, this intake is the same as a Cobra and GT40, or they're one and the same, but this is a GT40 intake and will increase the horsepower of my little Mustang back here. I've been kind of eyeballing the intakes, and something I wanted to do because one of the biggest restrictions in these engines is the lower intake, and you ought to see the size of these guys. So this is going to be quite an improvement. We're going to step through it all together. I'm going to go through this whole process and converting a standard speed density 86 Mustang upper and lower intake to the Explorer GT40 style intake. Now, it's real important that you get a 94 to 97 and a half intake manifold. Otherwise, after that, they have external EGR. So the reason why this is important, that it's a 96 model, is that it has EGR provisioning, the same as my car has, so we can utilize the stock EGR. I want to utilize the stock EGR simply because it will throw codes, it'll cause the engine run different. I don't want it to really mess with any of that, and I want to utilize the stock EGR. It's really good for the engine anyways. It doesn't hurt performance. If anything, it helps performance, and that way I won't have to mess with the block off plates and completely getting rid of the EGR system in the car. So I'll show you what I'm talking about if I can get this thing out here. So I scored on this. I damn near stole it. The guy wanted to get rid of it. He was cleaning out his shop, and 75 bucks for all of this. And I'll show you what we're gonna have to do. So let me show you the intakes here. Okay, so this right here, this is important. This utilizes the internal EGR system that's going through the bottom of the intake manifold and the heads that this intake will utilize and bolt directly on. So this is a direct swap, and it is a direct performance increase. However, there's a couple things we'll need to do to make it work. In fact, most of you probably already know there's so much information on the internet about this. I've been reading up on it because I've been kind of looking to do this anyways. And even with all the other stuff going on in the car right now, suspension and brakes, everything else I plan on doing, I couldn't pass this up. So I think we're going to go ahead and try to get this on. I took it to the car wash. Yesterday to clean it up, but like I said, there's some things we'll have to do this to make it work. One is to drill and tap this with a 3/8 NPT tap for the air intake temperature sensor. The stock Mustang has it right here. This manifold does not. So we're going to drill and tap this ourselves. And I believe that's it. After that's drilled and tapped, we'll be able to pretty much just bolt it all on. Now I can use the stock EGR block and throttle body, but it's 60 millimeters, and this is a 65 millimeter inlet. So I would be restricting this whole setup by using the stock EGR block and stock throttle body. So what you can do is use the Explorer throttle body, but not without provisioning. So we'll have to take this one off to really get a look, but the throttle linkage is different, and you can modify this. There's plenty of stuff on the internet to modify this to make it work, but you have to hack up, if I'm not mistaken, the stock one. If anyone has any good information on how I can use this, that would be great. Otherwise, I'm going to use the stock one. That's really the biggest changes is to make this work is what you're going to need is the intake temperature sensor cutout. the EGR block that matches the throttle body. In this case, it's 65 millimeters, and the 65 millimeter throttle body. After that, it's just all bolting, man. So we will be stripping out this car, stripping the intake off, and getting this whole thing in. I'll be doing all of it on video, so anyone out there who wants to do an Explorer style GT40 swap on their Mustang, hopefully this will help them out. We'll start bolting it together. I know there's some difference in the vacuum port layout, and I just don't know until I pull. I mean, vacuum is vacuum. This is all vacuum sources. You know, there's one here, there, here, and two here. So there's quite a few options. We either have to plug some or maybe even use a T if there's more on the stock one. Ever seen the stock setup? This is obviously a huge improvement. What did I do? Oh, we spray painted the center console. Vinyl dyed the center console with LMR's charcoal gray, which they call SVO light gray. I wanted to see how it worked. Hey, cool helmet, bud. Nice bike, buddy.
Thanks. I'm gonna ride this bike this time, and I'm gonna ride this bike this time, and I need Dad to ride with me.
Okay, I'm almost done with this video, buddy. So, yeah, guys. So check this out. This is a 84 to 86 Mustang dark gray. This is an SVO gray / charcoal gray. I called LMR and I asked him if this color was the same stock color as what they use on the 86 Mustangs for the charcoal gray. He said it was. So I sprayed a little square, and I wish I could find it, but oh, here it is. I sprayed a square, and I've kind of been beating up on it, trying to get it to crack, but it's really flexible. It's really good stuff, and it matches very, very well. This is going to be kind of hard to show. The sheen is definitely different, so it doesn't look like it matches here, but let me go down here. The color is really close. Like I said, the sheen is off a little bit. You know, this is a little bit shinier since it's new, but the color is real close. And I went ahead and sprayed the whole center console with it. It cleaned it up a lot, man. It looks a lot better. I mean, it's one matching color. This was like almost a brown. You know, that was the charcoal gray. This was, you know, somewhat gray but kind of faded. So the center console looks good. I'll show you guys what I did with the straps back here. So these cars, the cars that came with the T-tops and the cars that came with the sunroof, has straps that you're supposed to tie down the tops down in a bag. These were in terrible shape. They were brown, rusted, just nasty. And last night I used some carpet cleaner on them, stripped the paint off the brackets, and polished them on my wheel. This was also pitted, and I polished this on my polishing wheel, so the chrome buckles polished. So it's been kind of put back to normal. And if I ever get the T-top bags, this will be handy, so I can strap it down. It's also cool. I mean, you know, anything else I carry back here, it's kind of nice to know I've got a strap that I can strap it down. So, say hi.
What's up?
Yeah, man, we're leaving AutoZone, and had a gift card to burn here for Christmas, and decided to see if they had an intake gasket. Intake manifold gaskets, and they did. They had it in stock, so that's cool. We've got the intake manifold gaskets, full pro set. That comes with the upper lower intake, and I believe the auto control valve gasket or something. It's a set, it comes with a bunch of stuff. So take care of the manifold, and then we'll see if we can't drop the intake off somewhere to get it cleaned. I like to get it completely cleaned down to bare metal, so someone needs to, you know, hot vat it. It's Monday though, it's the day after New Year's, so a lot of things are closed. So I'm gonna have to wait, take it into work tomorrow, full worth, and try to get it deep cleaned. So yes, my piece. So this fits. I did test fit it. It might be a little different. This looks like it's from '81. And I'm saying that because it's got 81 on the back. And all you purists out there that have a blue interior are going to be pissed off at me because I'm about to spray it with the LMR's charcoal gray paint vinyl dye. So I'm going to clean this up, take it outside and put some coats on it. It dries really quick. Bring it back in here and we'll snap it on. This is the last really missing piece of the interior. Everything else is intact. It may not be perfect or nice, but it's there. This piece has never been there, and it shows the fuses. So this is in really good shape. It's not brittle. It's still a little bit flexible, and yeah. So I'm happy I found this guy on eBay. I think I paid 30 something for it, which is a lot of money for a little piece of plastic. But when you can't find it and it completes your interior, I guess you're willing to do it. So let's clean it up. We'll be right back. Okay, so it has been vinyl dyed charcoal gray. The lighting in here is pretty bad, but yeah, this stuff works absolutely incredible. And I wish you really could see the grain on this and the color. So it is a nice dark charcoal. Anyways, it looks good, and I'm going to let this sit overnight before I bolt it on, just because I want it to cure completely. Okay, y'all, so that wraps it up. So check this out. After some thinking it over, I'm debating if I should wait to not even put the GT40 intake on, because as you know, this is an 86. It's got the E6 heads. The E6 heads got a swirl chamber design and pretty much suck. So Ford used them for a year and decided to dump them and put the E7 heads, and I think they used the E7 heads all up to 93. So that was a much better head, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, just the head swap alone is going to give me like 30, 40 horsepower. So, you know, it's easy to get one thing and to slap it on and call it done and say, hey, later on down the road be like not really satisfied with the bolt-on you put on it and realize you probably should put heads on it to support it. So that's kind of my thoughts. I'm thinking maybe I should wait and look for a set of E7 heads to put on the car. If I can find some really cheap, I'll spend the money to get them cleaned up, get a valve job on them, get them ported, and put some decent rockers on them and bigger springs, kind of soup them up a little bit. But anything over like $300, $400, you're getting into the range where you might as well just go ahead and put a set of aluminum heads on it. So I don't know, I want to hear what you think. Let me know what you guys think out there. If I should go ahead and bolt this on now with the intake, with the E6 heads, or if I should wait and go ahead and just do the whole upper end and get the motor flowing the way it really should get. So that's what I'm thinking. So we got plenty more work to do anyways. I kind of got sidetracked with the intake and motor work. I didn't want to start doing any kind of engine performance parts on it until the brakes, suspension. Still need caster camber plates for the alignments, and I need to check the fluids even for the transmission and the rear end. So there's a lot of just basic work that still needs to happen on the car. Really before I just start slapping the first parts that I find online real cheap on. So now I'm thinking, let's just go ahead, wait, find a set of E7 heads at least, maybe some GT40, GT40P heads, maybe do some port work on them, get them cleaned up, and get the thing really flowing. That'll pump the horsepower quite a bit and allow this intake to actually flow some air. Otherwise, it's just going to hit a roadblock. As soon as the air hits the heads, it's not really going to go anywhere anyway. So it's not going to hurt, but it's not going to hurt. It's not going to be at its fullest potential. So anyways, thank you for watching. There's more to come. I want to wrap this video up. You guys let me know what you think I should do. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.